What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. We are outside the Small Beer Brewing Company, where we've been invited for a beer tasting and podcast with the founders. I'm absolutely frothing for this. I love the beer. Let's go check it out.
This is us very much in brewery mode.
Yeah.
I was just saying to Kyle, it's basically, this is like when we just get everything out on the floor and we're brewing today. We're also filling kegs.
Yeah.
We're packing orders. We're like, this is kind of very much like ops mode.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, so from sort of Thursday evenings onwards, we clear the entire space and we have events in here. So we do live music, we do comedy nights, we do all sorts of stuff.
Is that open to the public or just
we had
the
like
team?
a big kind of barbecue session last week. No, it's open to the public.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and we do weddings in here.
Wow.
We do all sorts. Like
That's
big dinners, charity dinners, and we have like 140 people seated.
Sure.
Or kind of 250 people standing.
It's hard to picture it now with all this beer. Where's all this going?
So various places. So predominantly, this is our new beer that we've just launched, and this is just flying out on direct-to-consumer e-commerce orders.
Okay.
A lot of the beer that's out will be going out to trade customers around London, around the UK. Filling a lot of kegs at the moment.
And
so we've got pallets and pallets of kegs. There's a big festival going on in Brockwell Park locally. So we're shipping out a lot of beer
just for the festival.
One
weekend.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many liters would you go through?
Oof. Well, it's what's it going to be? It's going to be about 8,000 pints. Something like that. Awesome. We got you behind the bar.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Excellent. This is how it's going to go down.
Okay.
Superb. We're going to start with our lager. This is a classic Pilsner style lager.
Right.
Nice and clean, crisp, refreshing.
After you.
And mid-strength. So this one's just 2.1%.
Yeah, cheers.
Have a pint or two, not get too smashed. We always do tastings, so you start with your eyes, right? You're looking at, this is like a nice golden colour, nice tight white head on top.
Yeah.
And on the nose, you should be getting like a little bit of citrus. Some of that kind of resiny hop character that you get from like a classic European continental Pilsner.
Yeah.
I like it. It's really nice.
Is that your first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time having a beer.
And then on the palate, it's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's nice and balanced. There's a good like malt body. I mean, it's robust for a 2%er, right?
Oh yeah, it's delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like, you're not drinking, it's not like a watered down version of a bigger beer.
Yeah.
And this is critical to the way that we make our beer and to our entire being, right? We wouldn't exist if we were just watering down beer. Anybody could do that. What we do is we make a 2% beer and we brew it to that strength. So it's not like we're making a stronger beer and then stripping any alcohol out. We don't add anything unnecessary into our beers, so we're not kind of bulking it out with things that you wouldn't expect to be in the beer. So we use the 4 key ingredients of good brewing. So you've got water, you've got barley, you've got hops, and you've got yeast. And that is it. Simple as that, using good traditional brewing methods. But I designed our brewing kit specifically to brew small beer. And to give us all that kind of flavour in the body that you would expect in a 4 or 5% beer. So when people drink the beer and they don't know that it's small beer, you wouldn't tell.
No.
It's not like drinking a non-alcoholic beer where you're the only person in the room who's kind of not with it.
No, I did a small stint last year of like drinking non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah.
It was very short. But I struggled to actually find the fizzy, like kind of natural beer taste that I enjoy.
You don't have a 0.0?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. And we never will. No.
Okay, the lager, delicious.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah,
Very
really
kind.
liked it.
So the next one is the Blanche, which is, this is a new beer. It's a little bit hazy, as you can see, all the way down. That's it. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, very good.
That's how it's done.
Or to perfection.
Say that was
To
not fun.
perfection.
This is actually a wheat beer, right? And we've called it Blanche. Blanche is like the French word for a white beer. Wheat beers and white beers are effectively the same thing. They've kind of been slightly confused throughout history, but Blanche is the French word for white. You'll also find this beer being called a wit beer in Belgium or a Weiss beer in Germany. So
Yeah.
it's a
With
white
you.
beer or sometimes a wheat beer, and very confusingly in all those languages, wheat and white are almost the same word as they are in English.
Yeah.
So you've got like you've got a little bit of that sort of the coriander on the nose, so a little bit of spice, but coriander is very citrusy, and the orange is coming through too.
Yeah. I like that it's like not too fruity. So that's the right thing to say. Huh?
Totally,
Yeah.
100%.
Delicious.
Mm.
When did you release that?
When did we release that beer?
The
2 weeks ago?
29th of April.
So you're pretty much the first people to try this, behind like a queue of a few thousand. But so the next beer that we're going to try is the Hazy. So this one is fun. It's fruity. It is hazy in appearance, so you can see that it's got a nice kind of sunset yellow appearance. It's also got that nice tight white head on the top.
Okay.
And in this particular beer, we're using a technique called dry hopping, which is where you add hops after the beer is brewed. So after it's started fermenting, and the yeast is kind of converting the sugars from fermentation into alcohol. So in the finished beer, there is no residual sugar at all. It's all completely gone.
I'm picturing like wine farm, somewhere in the grass, picnic.
Yeah, I'm picturing like sitting at the Grand, having one.
Yeah.
Sliding. Or perhaps
The lawns.
The lawns.
Yes.
That would be perfect.
It would be, and these would look amazing in those containers as well.
I think like when I came to England, I felt like I was like,
Right, we're getting Kyle's review on the stout because he is a stout expert.
Appearance, what are you getting? It's nice. Looks good.
What should I be looking for? Is there any like?
Oh,
Because I just drink my stuff.
Appearance is about. If you were served a stout and it didn't have a head on it, and it just looked like a pint of Coca-Cola,
You'd be upset. Yeah.
You know, I tried this with the Guinness Zero. I was really excited, but I couldn't have a Guinness. So I was like, oh, I'm going to try a Guinness Zero.
Yeah.
And the head was so flat.
Ew.
And I was so disappointed. So,
Yeah.
But it's so true. It's those small things that consumers don't notice until they do, and that makes a big difference.
Totally.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is terrible.
You got that deep dark, but it's not completely opaque. Actually, if you look, with the light, you get that nice kind of ruby tone.
I actually quite like it. Is it meant to be like a hint of coffee?
Absolutely. Yeah, coffee, chocolate.
I actually enjoyed that. So what did you think?
That was a good click. No, I really liked it.
It was good, eh?
Yeah, good space, good vibe. Nice
Good
guy,
beer.
nice beer.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to the end of the video. We'll see you in the next one.